We're hiding from the Texas heat inside the operations trailers with ESPN at the 2024 MLB All-Star Week. We're here to talk home run derby with good friend of Sports Video Group, Phil Orlins. Phil, wonderful to see you, sir. How you doing? Thanks for taking the time.
Good. Always good to see the SVG group. Good to see you, Brandon. Take care.
So the home run derby is one of the more fun events that we all as sports fans get to watch throughout the course of the year, and especially during the summer. Another round of rule changes this year. Rule changes certainly not insignificant when it comes to telling the story of what's going on in this broadcast. So with this new format, how have you guys had to alter what you do in terms of cameras, graphics, just the overall storytelling process of what's going on in this derby?
Well, first off, it's the first significant rule changes we've had in really a decade, since 2015 when MLB, with our certainly agreement with it, went to the clock-based format and delivered a lot of excitement from that. But it had gotten faster and faster as players realized that they could benefit by seeing more pitches and getting more swings and didn't have to wait for the ball to land. So we were in agreement, collaborated with MLB on the rule changes, and are ecstatic with the outcome. First thing I would say is the pace is going to still be very fast. 40 pitches in 3 minutes is going to be fast. And then the bonus is no longer a bonus time. It's a bonus outs, bonus period where you'll be off the clock, can slow down, and can theoretically hit an unlimited amount of home runs, which we believe will restore a lot of the drama and great memories of long home runs or great streaks that we've had in the past. So very excited about all of that. We've had to kind of reanalyze how we do things, but for the most part, it's added opportunity because the bonus period does not have to necessarily be in a split screen. Gives us a little more time and space for that. So again, excited about that. We definitely had to the biggest part of the rule changes is just starting from scratch on the scoring, the data integration, the layouts of those graphics, and we've come up with a really, really sleek sort of bottom line with two bottom lines, one of which is a sort of a checkerboard of home runs and outs that grows across as the hitter hits, and then a full scoreboard of all 8 hitters or the semifinals below that. So all the information is up there 100% of the time. I think it's super clear cut, and also gives us some screen back to embrace the visuals in a large and effective style. So we like it visually. We like the drama. We do think it had gotten to a point where it was becoming a somewhat disorienting watch. The pace had become so fast. So, we're going to be fast-paced. It's going to be fast-paced, but I think it's not going to be so fast-paced that it's disorienting this time around.
Sure, very cool. We're excited to see that part of it. Talk a little bit about some of the cameras that maybe you're deploying. Like we've said when we've talked about this event in the past, things happen so fast. There's not a lot of time for you to get too cute with aerials, visuals, getting too cinematic here. But what you guys are doing with the 4D replay cameras is really, really cool. You're getting it a lot closer than you had. So not new, but really getting that deeper and deeper and closer into the action. How excited are you about what you guys are going to be doing with that?
Yeah, we're very pleased with that. 4D replay, like you said, we've used it on MLB games here and there in a couple of stadiums. We've used it on certain home run derbies. Our best success has been at Little League, where we're able to get it within about 30 to 40 feet of the hitter and be fairly low. This time around, after doing quite a bit of work with them, including some UFC testing and events that followed, we were really able to get it set up in a very short period of time is the key. And obviously, they'll be out there, but players can walk around them. They're not playing a game with them out there. So they're 15 feet away from home plate in a semicircle, 16 cameras in a semicircle. The looks are low, ground level. The moves are dramatic. So that's really our big new investment for enhancing the replay visuals. And we've got all the usual super slow-mos and high corner cameras that give you dramatic golf shots and all that type stuff. But I think this is for baseball an optimum place for 4D, which really thrives on close proximity. And, this and UFC are going to be the closest proximity. I guess golf, which I was not involved with, has offered some of that as well at a tee box. But this is every swing, not one of 18 holes. So it's good there. The only thing I would say is they just, props to them. We finish batting practice at 6:25 local time, and start the intros at 7 o'clock. So those cameras go out, get set up, get properly faxed. And we'll look at it before then, but they basically have about, less than a 35-minute window to have 16 cameras out there and working properly, and sure they're going to be able to do it, so no problem for that.
Nice. It's like a little NASCAR pit crew going out there and throwing those things up.
Probably should be doing some little social viral videos of how quickly the little time lapse on how quickly this stuff happens.
Yeah, I was gonna say it might need. Yeah, you won't even need it. Yeah. Last thing before we let you go, it would be remiss if we didn't talk about the alternate broadcast, the Statcast that you all do on ESPN2. You've been doing it for many years now, and it's kind of developed a little bit of a cult following. You talked maybe about simplifying a little bit. How have you seen that broadcast evolve, and what do you think is maybe unique and interesting going into this year's version of it?
Well, yeah, it's been a labor of love, and just a great challenge and a great collaboration. Shout out to a considerable group of people at MLB, led by Ryan Zander and his team, but Mark Ellenson and Jim Thomas and Simon Chattington and Kyle Burke and more that have been absolutely integral to everything we've done. They have a huge presence here. They're giving us 5 heavily enhanced Statcast feeds. Last year was the first year we took the leap into creating a 3D animated version of the Derby to show the flight of the balls versus live cameras. It allowed us to show multiple balls at the same time in a really simple, effective way. We'll still be doing that again, although the pace will be a trace slower. But that's, really the core element of it. But we've also stepped up all the enhancements of live cameras as well. The low, kind of down the line type shots of the pitcher and hitter, as well as the center field camera, are all going to have now exit velocity and launch angle tag like it's had, ball trails like you see on golf. Strike zone is now added to that, which we were playing with in the past and now found to work really well. A nitro zone where the batter has shared with us that he wants the pitches to be thrown transparently, translucently embedded within that strike zone, and then ball marks for each pitch as they come in, either in that translucent area or outside of it, kind of showing where the pitcher is hitting the zone. And at the same time, they're building massive amounts of all sorts of different in-game animations back in Secaucus that they're pumping out to us as well. So there's really 7 different feeds coming from Statcast, the 3D animation, 2 enhancements of the center field camera, enhancements of both the down the line cameras, and then a mix of other stuff coming through the 2 other feeds in Secaucus. So the scope of the effort they do to make that happen, and the recognition it's gotten, and Kevin Brown, and Mike Petriello, and Jess Mendoza doing the separate coverage, we'll really believe it is a true, tremendous, spectacular alternative. And yeah, because of the new rules, we've been able to make it a little sleeker and make the images a little bit bigger, trimmed out some of the informational graphics and really focused on the rules-related graphics and the augmented reality data graphics that are in there. And but shout out to the Statcast guys, Andy Jacobson, who's been producing it really ever since we started our Statcast telecasts 6 or 7 years ago. Mike Griffin does a great job and super invested in the directing side of it. And as also mentioned, there's a million people doing a million great things here, but without the ESPN data integration team and Will Gehring and Tyler Churchill and Joe Durante, like that group, just, they're the lifeblood of keeping track of this event. If we didn't have the stuff they do, God only knows, if anybody would know what's going on out there on the field. So really all the pressure falls on those guys in a lot of ways. So
cool. Always jam-packed, always a lot of fun, the Home Run Derby on ESPN. Phil, thanks so much for taking the time. Great to see you.
Thank you, Brandon. Take care, man. Thank you.
All right, make sure you watch the Home Run Derby on ESPN on Monday night. And for more of what's going on here at MLB All-Star Week in Arlington, head on over to our website at sportsvideo.org. See you soon.